The email notification hit my phone like a gunshot in the dead of night. 3:17 a.m. The screen's blue glow slicing through the darkness of my bedroom. Credit alert. New inquiry on your account. My heart slammed against my ribs as I swiped it open, the words blurring under my widening eyes. A loan application for $150,000, in my name, for a business I didn't own. The applicant's details. My social security number, my address, my everything. But the signature, digital, forged, belonged to my brother Alex. The brother who'd sworn we'd always have each other's backs. Fury erupted in my chest, hot and choking like bile rising from a gut punch. How dare he? I flung the covers off, pacing the cold hardwood floor, my bare feet slapping against the grain as if punishing the ground for his sin. The air smelled of stale coffee from the mug I'd left on the nightstand, a bitter reminder of the late-night work sessions where I'd confided in him about my finances, my life. He'd been listening, all right. Listening to steal. I sank onto the edge of the bed, my hands trembling as I logged into my monitoring app, the one I'd set up years ago after our parents' messy divorce left us both paranoid about identity theft. It was my secret fortress, tracking every ping on my credit, every whisper of my data across the digital void. Alex didn't know about it. No one did. It was my armor in a world that had already taken too much. Now it revealed the knife in my back. Screenshots flooded my screen. Applications dating back 6 months, small at first, a credit card here, a personal loan there, escalating to this monster debt. He'd used my identity like a disposable mask, propping up his failing tech startup. The one he'd bragged about at family dinners, the one I'd quietly envied while grinding away at my corporate IT job. Heartbreak twisted in my gut, mingling with the rage. We'd grown up sharing a cramped room in that run-down apartment. Him the charismatic dreamer, me the cautious planner. I'd bailed him out before, loans for college, rent when his gigs fell through. But this was amputation, not a favor. Denial crept in like fog over a morning lake, cool and disorienting. Maybe it was a mistake, a glitch in the system. I dialed his number, my thumb hovering over the call button, but stopped. What if he lied? What if he charmed his way out like always? Instead, I dove deeper into the app's logs, the cursor blinking like an accusatory eye. Bank statements linked to his email. How sloppy, brother. Showed transfers to vendors for his app development. My money, my future, funneled into his pipe dream. Humiliation burned my cheeks. I felt exposed, violated, like he'd rifled through my soul while I slept. I imagined confronting him, his easy smile cracking under my glare, but doubt whispered, what if I overreact? Or blood? The thought fueled a darker fantasy, watching his world crumble as mine had in that instant. No, I pushed it down, but resentment simmered, a low boil in my veins. Morning light filtered through the blinds, casting striped shadows on the walls like prison bars. I called in sick to work, my voice steady despite the storm inside. The kitchen smelled of burnt toast as I paced, replaying our last conversation. Thanksgiving 2 weeks ago. He'd clapped me on the back, beer in hand, saying, "You're the rock man. I don't know what I'd do without you." Manipulation, now I saw it. Hidden motives in every word. I opened my laptop, fingers flying over keys, hacking into public records. Not illegally, just cleverly. His business filings, Alex Tech Innovations, registered under a shell company, but threads led back to my info. Obsession took root. I skipped meals, the growl in my stomach a distant echo to the roar in my mind. Guilt flickered. Had I enabled this? By always being the safety net. That evening, I drove to his apartment, the city lights blurring through rain-streaked windows. The wipers thumped like a heartbeat, syncing with my mounting pulse. I parked across the street, engine off, watching his window glow warmly. He was in there, probably schmoozing investors on a call funded by my stolen life. Cold resolve hardened in me. This wasn't just theft, it was erasure. I fantasized about bursting in, but no. Revenge needed precision like code I debugged 1,000 times. Subtle hints first. An anonymous tip to his lenders? Or something more personal? Fear gnawed. What if it backfired, fracturing the family remnants we had left? Our mom, frail in her nursing home, would shatter. Moral conflict tore at me. Was I becoming the monster he was? The next day I met him for coffee, testing the waters. The cafe buzzed with chatter, the aroma of espresso thick and grounding. He slid into the booth, all grins, his designer watch, new I noted, glinting under the pendant lights. "Hey bro, you look like hell. Work's stressing you." His voice was light, but I searched his eyes for cracks. Natural dialogue, laced with my suppressed rage. "Yeah, something like that. How's the startup?" I asked, stirring my cup, the spoon clinking like a warning bell. He leaned in, animated. "Killing it. Just closed a big loan. Gonna expand the team." My grip tightened on the handle, knuckles white. Heartbreak surged. This was my brother, the kid who'd defended me from bullies. Now a thief in sheep's clothing. I nodded, feigning interest while inside plans brewed. "Sounds great. You deserve it." The words tasted like ash. Back home, the apartment felt claustrophobic, walls pressing in with memories. Photos on the shelf. Us as kids, gap-toothed smiles at the beach. I smashed one, glass shattering like my trust, shards biting my palm. Blood welled, warm and sticky, mirroring the wound inside. Resentment evolved into obsession. I spent hours mapping his digital footprint, social media boasts, email trails I'd accessed through shared family accounts. He was over-leveraged, one wrong move from collapse. Fantasies shifted. Not violence but ruin. Report the fraud anonymously. But that felt too clean. I wanted him to feel the humiliation, the slow unraveling. Doubt crept. Am I capable? The mirror reflected a stranger, eyes shadowed with resolve. Weeks blurred into a haze of quiet calculation. I monitored his every move via the app, alerts pinging like Morse code of betrayal. A new application popped up. $50,000 line of credit. My breath caught, fury reigniting. I imagined his face when it all crumbled. But guilt lingered. He'd confided in me about his fears of failure, the pressure from our dad's abandonment. Layered motivations. His desperation wasn't excuse, but it humanized him. Still, my planning intensified. I drafted emails to regulators. Anonymous but damning. Fear of consequences. Jail for him, alienation for me. Warred with the need for justice. Inner conflict peaked one night. Storm raging outside. Thunder echoing my turmoil. I paced, rain lashing the windows, debating the send button. Moral grayness. Revenge or self-preservation. Tension built subtly. I avoided family calls, excuses thin as paper. Alex texted. "Missed you at Mom's. Everything okay?" I replied curtly, rage bubbling beneath. In dreams I confronted him, words sharp as knives. Awake, I refined my strategy. Gather evidence, strike when he's most vulnerable. The slow burn consumed me, every quiet moment a step toward the edge. Poetic justice loomed. He'd borrowed my life. I'd reclaim it, piece by shattered piece. One evening, as dusk painted the sky in bruises, I tailed him to an investor meeting. Hiding in shadows, the alley reeking of garbage and rain, I watched him charm them through the window. His laugh carried, mocking. Obsession gripped tighter. I noted license plates, potential allies in my vendetta. Back home I compiled a dossier. Pages rustling like whispers of fate. Cold resolve solidified, no turning back. The hook of discovery had pulled me in. Now, the line reeled toward retaliation. The investor meeting's afterglow faded as I shadowed Alex home, my car's headlights off, blending into the night traffic. Street lamps cast flickering pools on wet pavement, the hum of tires a steady underscore to my pounding heart. He'd sealed another deal, no doubt on borrowed my credit. Resentment twisted like a knife. How many lies had he spun? I parked a block away, breath fogging the windshield, watching him enter his building with a swagger. Inside me, the plan crystallized. Expose him not just financially but personally. Ruin his reputation, his relationships. But doubt lingered. What if Mom found out? Her frail voice on the phone last week. You boys are all I have. Guilt clawed, but betrayal's scar burned deeper. The next morning, sunlight pierced my blinds like accusations. I brewed coffee, the gurgle mocking my sleepless night. Fantasies evolved. Not anonymous tips, but a confrontation laced with evidence. I'd make him confess, watch the charm crumble. Moral conflict raged. Was this justice or vengeance? I opened the dossier, papers crisp under my fingers, detailing every fraud. Hidden motives revealed. Emails to his girlfriend, admitting the borrowed identity as a temporary fix. Heartbreak renewed. He'd shared our secret shame with her, not me. Obsession drove me to her profile. She seemed innocent, another victim. Perhaps an ally. I arranged a casual lunch with Alex, choosing a rooftop cafe where wind whipped napkins like flags of surrender. The city sprawled below, a concrete jungle mirroring our tangled lives. He arrived late, tie askew, eyes darting. Bro, you okay? You've been ghosting. His tone was concerned, but I detected the undercurrent, fear? Dialogue sharpened tension. Just busy. Tell me more about that loan. He shifted fork-scraping plate. Oh, it's solid. Investors love the pitch. Lies smooth as silk. My pulse thrummed. I leaned in, voice low. What if it wasn't your credit they checked? His smile faltered, a crack in the facade. What are you talking about? Suspense built, wind howling like my inner storm. Back at my desk, alerts flooded. Another inquiry. Fury peaked, I couldn't wait. I emailed his investors anonymously, attaching proofs, redacted to protect me. The send button clicked like a loaded gun. Cold resolve washed over. This was payback. But fear followed. What if traced back? I paced, floorboards creaking underfoot, imagining his panic. Guilt whispered, he's family. Push it down. Days later his call came, voice ragged. We need to talk. Now. We met at a dimly lit bar, neon signs buzzing like angry bees, the air thick with smoke and regret. He slid into the booth, face gaunt, eyes bloodshot. How did you know? No denial, admission in his tremor. Tension coiled, I savored it. I monitor everything, Alex. Always have. His laugh was bitter, revealing layers. Desperation from Dad's debts, envy of my stability. I was going to pay it back. Swear. Manipulation again, but heartbreak cracked me. He was broken like me. Dialogue heightened. You stole my life. I hissed, fists clenched on the scarred table. You think a sorry fixes that? He pleaded, tears welling, but rage drowned empathy. The slow burn ignited. I revealed the emails sent. His face drained, horror dawning. You what? They'll ruin me. Poetic justice. His empire crumbling. But inner conflict surged. Watching him shatter mirrored my pain. Moral gray. Was I the villain now? Climax built as consequences unfolded. Investors pulled out, calls hounding him. I tailed him again, rain sluicing down. His figure slumped under an umbrella. At his apartment, shouts echoed. His girlfriend leaving, bags in hand. I tipped her too, anonymously. Obsession's payoff. His isolation. But guilt gnawed. Mom's call came, voice quivering. What's happening with Alex? I lied, stomach churning. The twist struck like lightning. Digging deeper, I found he'd forged Mom's signature too, siphoning her savings. Betrayal doubled. He'd poisoned the well for all. Fury reignited, but now with purpose. I confronted him at Mom's nursing home, the sterile halls smelling of antiseptic and decay. He was there, head bowed. Why her? I demanded, voice echoing. He confessed. Addiction to the hustle, fear of failure. Layers peeled. Not just greed, but a cycle from our fractured family. In the end, I didn't report him to authorities. Morally gray mercy. Instead, I forced a deal. Confessed to Mom, repay from his ruins. He agreed, broken. But the shocking twist, as he left, a text from an unknown number. His girlfriend, revealing she'd known, encouraged it for her cut. Unexpected consequences. My revenge ensnared an innocent facade. Heartbreak final. Trust shattered forever. Yet, in the quiet aftermath, cold resolve warmed to reflection. The pursuit had changed me, a mirror to his flaws. Poetic justice. Perhaps. But the scar remained, a reminder of blood's bitter bond.